Hello to those of you who want to read every word of the Word, and welcome to our podcast, EveryWord365. I'm your host, Christina Munoz-Madsen. Today we're sharing about how to join us for this journey in 2024. First, a little background. I had done several Bible studies with my Bible study group for about 4 years when it was laid upon my heart that our entire Christian faith is based on one book, and I had never read it. That bothered me. So in 2010, our Bible study group read through the Bible from beginning to end with the help of this Daily Walk Bible. It's the NLT translation. Did we have all the answers at the end? Of course not. But was it a life-changing experience that opened my eyes and taught me more than I ever could have imagined? Absolutely. Since then, I have taken 8 other groups through the Bible, so this will be my 9th time doing this, and I'm so excited to see what God teaches us this time around. I promise you, it is different every time. If you've already gone through this study, please share your thoughts, comments, share this podcast, and talk about what it was like for you. Or if you haven't made it through the entire Bible yet, just try again. And if you're not sure if this is right for you, I encourage you to pray about it. And of course, ask me any questions that you might have. Here's how it works. The first step is getting this Bible. The actual reading assignments are listed at the top of the page on each day's reading. Now, my Bible looks a little different. It doesn't even have a cover, so you're going to have to go to the link to find out what it looks like, but it is the Daily Walk Bible, and we do the NLT translation. Would it be possible to do this study with the Bible you currently own? It might be possible, but it would be difficult. Many of our daily discussions come from the summaries and devotionals in the daily assignments, so it'd be easy to get lost if you're not able to read along. I've included 2 links of where you can buy the Bible online, but you're going to want to get it ASAP. They usually go on back order once we get closer to the new year. So each day you simply read the assigned reading. There are readings 6 days a week with 1 day off a week, although there are reflection and worship pages on those days off. So what I do is send out an email every day to go along with your reading assignment. It's not really a recap, but more of an encouragement to keep you going. I'll share more information about our readings and do my best to share what jumped out to me and what I learned each day. Then we also have a Facebook page, a group, because I love to know what your takeaways are, and you can post and comment there. It also gives us a great opportunity to converse about our readings. Let me be very clear. I do not consider myself a teacher in this venture. I am not a theologian. I didn't go to seminary. I'm more of an administrator and encourager. So when someone shares a question on Facebook, it's not something that I need to respond to necessarily. It's something that anyone can chime in about. I also like to give you biblical resources that can be very helpful. You really don't want to Google biblical issues because from my experience, there's a lot more negative/wrong info out there in the World Wide Web than there is accurate information. So it's really important to know where to go to get quality info. So I try to share a lot of that in this group as well. I try to send out the emails and make the Facebook posts in that group in the mornings so that you can read them after you do your daily assignments. And let's be honest, the daily assignment is much more important than my emails. It's just a way to try to keep you going, again, as my role as an encourager. New this year, a daily podcast. I kind of asked everybody what would be the next step for this, and podcast was top of the list for everybody. These are similar to the emails, but it might give you an easier way to follow along. Maybe you can squeeze in time to do your readings in the morning, but you just can't quite get to that email or Facebook post. Well, now you can listen to the podcast, maybe on the way to work or after the kids go to school. I will include links to the Apple Podcast, the Spotify Podcast, and the YouTube channel where I will also be posting the podcast. But you can also find it on any platform that you get your podcast. Just search for EveryWord365 with no spaces. Also, and this is very important, be sure to invite a friend or 2 or 3 to do this with you. Trust me, you're going to need the accountability when it gets tough to keep going. So it's really good to have someone who will check up on you and encourage you to keep going. Just so you know, most people that start this journey will not finish it. The first time I opened this up to my Sunday school group, we had 42 people sign up. Guess how many finished it? 7. And even as we have grown, last year we had more than 1,400 people in this group, the completion percentage has stayed about the same. I don't say that to be negative or to scare you, but just to be totally honest, this is a very difficult task. Many people get so excited about starting, but struggle to keep up with the readings all year long. Many drop out in March, and many others fall out during the summer. And by the way, we don't get to the New Testament until October 1st. So if you have a trusted friend who can gently encourage you to keep going every day, it will make your odds of completing this journey a lot better. And it's really good to have face-to-face conversation. And it's so important, especially with so many people in this group, because we won't be having in-person gatherings, but you can have in-person gatherings, maybe weekly or monthly, with the people that you choose to do this with. I hope that all makes sense. Be sure to send me the email addresses of your friends that want to join you so I can get them added, and send them the link to this podcast. I also want to give a huge shout out to our podcast sponsor, Travel with Friends, because without them, the podcast would not exist. So if you like to travel, be sure to check out their website to learn more about how they can make your travel dreams come true. I also have one more opportunity for a business to partner with us. So if you own a business or know of someone who does that would like to partner with us as a sponsor, please let me know. That was a lot of information. I hope it all makes sense. If not, my email address is always in the podcast description, so you can always ask me more questions there. And sign up for the emails as well as the Facebook group. I want to close with a quote. I will be sharing more about my story and my faith journey as we go through this. But when I was young, the Bible was just something that sat on the shelf collecting dust. But as I got older, I didn't want to be told what to believe by a pastor or Sunday school teacher. I wanted to learn for myself what was in the Bible so that I could know I was being taught biblical content. Charles Spurgeon once said, "A Bible that is falling apart usually belongs to someone who isn't." Maybe that just makes me feel better about my Bible because it barely is being held together. But seeing as how this is what my Bible now looks like, I couldn't agree more with that quote. So pray about it, talk to your friends about it, and I hope to see you on this journey for 2024. Thanks for listening, and happy reading.